All right. Welcome to The Mist, where a bunch of us nerdy folks get together and play D&D. So glad you're joining us tonight. If this is your first time watching The Mist, welcome. Please follow Games Tavern on Twitch. It's free. It supports the show, the cast, and the crew, all the people that you see there. Remember, you can watch us live on Twitch, and all shows are uploaded to YouTube typically about 48 hours later, so you can catch up on any of the shows you may have missed. We're going to get rolling shortly, but for some announcements.
Friends, don't forget, if you have an Amazon Prime, you also get free Prime gaming subscription, and you can actually use that right here on the Games Tavern to support this show and so many others. Not only are you supporting the cast, but you're also supporting the crew who work tirelessly to put on these amazing shows for you. Prime gaming subscribers get access to sub-only emotes, as well as a special subscriber-only channel on the Games Tavern Discord.
Also, do you have a favorite character? I'm sure you do. It could be Salem. It could be someone else. If it's someone else, don't worry about it. But if you do, make sure that you cheer them on by using your bits, and cheers definitely show those support of the characters. And you know what? We love it when you do that. We love when you show your support for us, because those cheers, the subs, all go to help support the Games Tavern production quality, upgrades, and they help pay the cast and crew to make these shows better for you.
And a huge, colossal thank you to Overhead Games for sponsoring tonight's show. Go to overheadgames.com right now. No, watch the show right now. But when you do, you find some great support for your games there. And of course, join us right here for some great prizes from them for this whole month. They're the creative team behind the Epic Character Generator, an excellent tool for anyone who wants to create a realistic character avatar in no time. Simply choose what items you want to display with your character, save an image on a preset or transparent background, and use it in whatever way pleases you. Check them out at overheadgames.com. Also, if you do exclamation point epic, I believe it is, you can enter in to win. I'm getting ahead of myself here. I was all excited. Sorry. Go ahead, Laura.
Stealing my thunder, Matt.
I'm sorry. It was
just couldn't hide it.
Nope, wasn't me.
Yes, but like Matt was saying, exclamation point epic, you can win one of those epic character generators from Overhead Games tonight. The raffle, it'll start shortly. It'll continue throughout the broadcast. We'll take entries until the end of the stream. That's when we'll pick a winner. We'll give you a few more details around when you hit the break. You have to be a follower to enter, and you have to be present so that we, staff can get a hold of you to contact you and give you your prize.
Awesome. I think we're just about to get started, but I want these fine people to introduce themselves real quick. I've been hearing a lot about this Salem figure, so.
Me? Okay. Well, my name's Kyle, and I will be playing Salem Plan, your resident human rogue.
I'm Daryl. I play Regain Stonebuilt, your fighter, Goliath.
Hey friends, I'm Jess, and I play Bronlyn, our tiefling druid.
And I am Laura. I am playing Kura, the human Twilight cleric of Salune.
And I am Matt Fellman. I am play the good doctor. And I'll cure what ails you.
Doctor, would you like to give a recap of our past events?
I suppose I could.
It's like the doctor's journal of events at this point.
Yeah.
Let me just look at the journal here. Find out what happened. Oh, yes. Here we are. So the party arrived back in Starfall, see? And when they did, they started looking about for the strange dark vials of liquid that they were tasked by the poisoner to go and get in trade for the ability to travel the mists. Well, they split up, and Salem and the doctor went to the innkeeper, where he informed them that he didn't have any on him at the moment, but they would be able to go and do it themselves up north of town. They went and found the rest of the group and traveled north. As they traveled north of town, they found a giant crevasse that they had to go down into. Kira, checking out the vial that the poisoner had given her, especially to her, because he trusted in her ability to make the right choice, had the doctor take a look at it, in which he discovered that it seemed to be some sort of poison, chemicals mixed with demon blood ichor. The one thing the doctor was sure was that it would be pretty instant death and probably very painful. So Kira did what Kira does best and thinks with her heart and not with her head, and smashes the vial on the rocks and destroys the liquid. They then go down and find out that the source of this dark liquid was none other than a celestial being who had centuries before smashed down to the surface and impaled itself on stalagmites that were sticking up out of the ground, and it was laying there broken and bleeding over centuries. Well, they had a right conundrum on their hand. So Kira struggled with what to do, and Salem decided that he could step up and do the dirty deeds that needed doing. There you go. And as he tried to convince her, and she was trying to figure out how to either free her, and Bergain tried fruitlessly to smash the stalagmites that did not even put a scratch in them. Well, Bronlyn, in the meantime, found out that the good doctor speaks the devil's tongue, infernal, and they became fast devil friends. and unfortunately, the celestial being only spoke celestial. So when they were able to finally calm down and give it some thought, the doctor had surmised that should we set this being free or set it free from this mortal coil, the good folk of Starfall, aptly named from the celestial being that fell to the planet, would no longer have the good protection that they've enjoyed for generations. Well, Kira made the call and decided to end the creature's torment, and after a bit of a struggle, the creature finally expired. The group hustled out and tried to get to see what was going on in the town. They heard screams and shouts as they discovered that the town was completely under siege by undead beasties that came from the mist themselves. Well, the group, in no shape to take on 3 when they first emerged into this land, they were certainly not going to take on a siege force in the village. But Bergain decided to save one person and chose a tiefling child out of the crowd that was closest by, and snatched up this child. And then they ran back to the turnip farm, where they met with the poisoner. He gave them a choice. The choice was either insignificance or clinging to life. Oddly, the party chose insignificance. Through a vote, it was not unanimous. The poisoner then took them into the mists, and they were gone, as the mist in this dread domain collapsed. And that's where we find ourselves this evening.
Very nice. Thank you. Again, your vision is completely clouded with various grays and black and white just swirling. Time loses all meaning. You feel like you're floating. You feel like you're trapped. It just seems to fluctuate and shift. Until finally, you feel something you had not come across in the last several days. The sun. At first, it takes your eyes some time to adjust, but you instantly feel just this almost wave of heat on your skin as you land.
Right, I feel fucking terrible. Are you all right?
Yes, I'm fine.
And if you'll bring us to map 1.
Is it normal to have this weird taste in your mouth?
Around someplace like this, yeah, that's just the air getting into your system.
Do I still have a burning arm?
You do still have these strange marks on your arm. It does appear to be, as we stated, some form of alphabet, very runic looking, but not something as simple or crude as like dwarvish runes. It's definitely something different. As the sun, or as your eyes adjust today once again, the sight around you is sort of a reddish tan earthen tone near you. You're also impacted with wind, not aggressively so, but almost in the presence of, when you've, anytime on top of a mountain, how the wind just seems to hit you. There's nothing really there to block it. That's sort of where you are in a general presence.
Just one thing. So Kura asked me to help them, and I kind of just reached my hand in, and whoever took it, I grabbed and carried with us, and now I have a child. He says while cradling both Kura and this child in his arms.
I walk up, extending hand, slowly. I figure I'm the tiefling in the group. Maybe I can talk to this tiefling. And I say, kind of looking at the doctor and thinking, should I say this in Infernal or in Common? And I go, right, are you okay? What's your name?
The small female tiefling looks your direction. When at first she just seemed to be kind of scanning the skyline. No strong emotion on her face. And you did say you were saying this in Infernal, correct?
I go with Common.
Common? Okay. She then focuses up towards you, and in a fairly soft voice, Casimir.
Right, Casimir. Are you okay? Have you been hurt?
Again, she seems to really just be scanning around for returning to your glance. She gives a quick once over and shakes her head. No. Where are we?
That's a good question. Looking around, is the poisoner here?
He is right there with his cart. He does have a hand extended out towards Salem, expectingly.
He gave him the blood.
Did you give him the blood already?
Yeah.
I'm sorry about that.
Yeah,
All
no. That was
sorry.
the first thing. No, it's fine.
I thought in the hustle and bustle he just booked it with you guys, and then
Well,
okay.
so like the initial part of the trade was I gave him the vial
Mhm.
that the doctor gave to me, and so I traded that to him, and so I'm like thinking, what else is he wanting now?
We'll retract that.
Strike that. Reverse it.
Strike that.
I first. Well, where is it that we are, my fine friend?
You made your decision. Insignificance. See, kind of points these long fingers out and gives it a little shush moment and holds another finger to the air. And suddenly the earth shakes beneath all of your feet. It's just a drop in your stomach. You know, when you think you've missed that last step, that lurch, that's the feel. You just feel this and a rumble from somewhere.
What is that?
Is there like a perception check that I can use to kind of narrow down the?
Go for it. Try it.
Okay. Perception. I do things like that sometimes. Perceive. Why not? Do that too. Oh, so that's going to be a 28.
A 28. Wow.
Damn.
You
That's a
are
19 plus 5 plus 4.
The way that sudden lurch and shake, it was not an earthquake. It was not something that generally happens in the natural world as far as on land itself. That much you're sure. I'm going to say on a closer, as you now have accessed that and start to ponder it, you can almost feel a slight movement of your body. You can just sort of feel a slight undulating sway almost.
The ground below us. So we're on this sort of terrace outside kind of area.
As you look around, you do seem to be on somewhat of a platform.
Mm-hmm.
Above, you do not know. The earth itself just seemed to be rising up from the other direction.
Okay. Does the ground look strange?
It does.
Mm-hmm.
It does not look like just simple dirt or earth.
Gee, I wonder why. How far down is that?
Looking over the edge,
Yeah, if I look over the edge, how far down is the ground?
you cannot tell.
Oh, okay. Alrighty. Well, not good.
There's a certain point where it's just a haze.
So we chose insignificance, but what is the significance of choosing insignificance?
You chose it.
I know. Where is it? What is the name of this place?
The domain of insignificance.
Oh, they really weren't creative when they came up with these names.
No, sometimes they're on the nose. Points to where you assume a nose might be within the swirl of shadow. I do believe I forgot something. Oh, my sign. Oh, Danar. Oh. Well, not that you've chosen it. You, who ended up pocketing the figure?
I didn't give-
Salem.
Yeah, I
Salem
didn't give
took
it to anyone, so it's
All right.
it's actually probably still in my hand.
Yeah, this all happened insanely quickly.
And
Yeah.
I'd like to do an inside check on that oh my sign, oh Danar. That's a 15, but I have advantage on insight checks now.
Look at you.
22.
Are you questioning his general?
I'm trying to figure out what that was. Like if it was something significant or if it was something that I can just let go.
He when you had returned, you did see him and the old farmer together. Mm-hmm. So you could tell that they had some interactions in the past together. So presumably he is disappointed that the farmer is not within the group.
Are you going to go back for Odena? You seem to be friendly.
Eventually.
Would you be willing to take the child to Odena? Perhaps he could take care of this child. I don't think it is as far as safe goes. I don't think it's ready to be traveling through the realms.
Perhaps.
Speaking of which,
sounds like a favor.
Well, we're still owed training on how to do that travel.
Absolutely. He extends that long arm over to Salem's shoulder and waves a hand out to the area around him. Do you see where you are?
Yeah.
As much as what's around you. Do you feel what's around you?
Unsettlingly, yes.
Well, you just hold on to that little trinket, and you think really hard about the things you've seen here, the things you've witnessed, and things you feel. And if the mist is kind, it will take you. Simple as that.
So that charm will bring us to here.
Mm-hmm.
What about to other places?
Not that charm.
Where does one obtain more charms?
Oh, there's all sorts of ways you can get more of these. Maybe you'll get lucky and find one. Maybe another deal can be arranged.
Right, and now would we be doing that deal with you?
If you are wise.
I kind of look around at my friends to see what they think of that.
You immediately notice that Bergain is thinking, so he's not actually listening anymore.
But while Bergain is thinking, I kind of reach over and pat him on the shoulder.
Yes.
You can put me down, Bergain.
Okay.
Thank you. Am I feeling pretty steady now? Because I wasn't steady when we first got here. How am I now? DM.
Oh, I'm sorry. I thought you were discussing the brigade. As steady as you can be in this situation.
Fair enough.
I mean, you're on 2 feet. The mist is cleared from your head. You're adjusted. You're just, it's been a lot, and there is still a burning sensation on your arm, and you did just witness what you witnessed.
Yes.
Does that trinket come from this realm? Is that where you got it?
It is indeed.
So, if we had gotten a trinket from the other realm, we could do the same thing.
Precisely.
Bergain brings out the bag of turnips. Would these count as a trinket from that realm? They were grown by Odena.
I'm afraid not.
Shit.
It can't just be anything from the area. It has to be something special.
I'm sure we'll find something.
Would that child be special?
Careful.
He glances over at this small child that's, still just looking around. I would imagine that child is full of potential.
I'm still holding the child, like I never.
Okay.
I motion for you for Brigane to bring the child down, and if he does, I take her hand.
Do you want me to put you down?
She gives a casual nod. Again, there's no strong emotion on her face. She seems very
In shock?
Traumatized?
oddly enough, not really.
Insight check. I don't trust this now.
Go for it.
Are you inciting on the child you
Yes.
taken?
Wondering why a large person just kidnapped her, you know.
No one kidnapped anyone. I reached my hand in. Whatever came out.
Uh-huh.
17. Nat 20.
Nat
So,
20.
for a total of 23. Is this child secretly a sleeper agent for some type of dreadlord? Is this child evil?
Because if you ask,
When
You have to
they have to
tell.
tell you. Something about the poisoner's words seem very fitting when you look at this child. You know? Something about the potential phrase just kind of echoes in your mind.
Did I accidentally make a rogue? Did I just give them a terrible background and make a rogue?
As your resident rogue, I would say they're off to a great start.
the raised by adventurers background.
We need to see that more
That
often.
would be a great one.
So there's something there. You can't disagree with that statement.
I admit the child does seem to have something about her. Okay, okay. That was my thought for the day.
And Casimir, the little tiefling, does instantly reach for your hand, Bronwyn.
I take it and just try to give her everything is going to be okay look as I cough through this misty air.
As you do that reassuring look, and again, the ground shudders and trembles beneath you. Again, your body shifts and sways, and you can actually notice that the awning, the level you're on, also just seems to sway with.
So
But-
I take from my pouch, I have steel ball bearings,
All right.
and I want to cast it over the side and just follow how far that drops.
You,
I
I'm
can.
not even gonna make you roll for. You can easily see a good 120 feet. You got a keen eye.
You know,
Now, this is not your first time using this maneuver.
uh-uh.
And then it's just fades just into the clouds, into the mist, into whatever is below.
Okay.
I'm looking out over the railing with him. What's that thing out there in the middle, like on the map, the lower section there?
Sarlacc pit.
From this angle, it does seem to be a pit in the ground. From here, you can't get a great view other than that. As the lot of you are, examining yourself, you see from these small dwellings, very simple, crudely. It seems to be a crude material that seems to be held together by rather nice materials. It looks like a very flaky, ugly, almost leather, but then it looks to be like stitched with like silk threads. You're seeing like the gold and purples of that are usually used for finery. But as you're looking, there starts to be a couple figures kind of coming out from these. They look very pale, very thin, but definitely human or humanoid. And they're kind of looking out over towards the poisoner in the little cart. And they do a couple glances, and a couple of them start heading that direction.
It would seem your first customers of the day have arrived.
They do know me here. Come on, gentlemen, step right up.
To ask, who is in charge here?
You're asking the pale figures?
The poisoner or the pale figures, whoever wishes to answer the question.
The pale figures, when you question it, they both almost drop eye contact. They go, not me, not me, not me. No, not me.
But who is if you are not?
You see one of them kind of glance and point at another one of the pale figures. And that one just kind of looks shocked and starts pointing at him. And there just seems to be this odd moment where they're just kind of accusingly pointing at each other of who could be in charge.
I look at the poisoner when this is happening. Is there like any sort of expression or anything that might give insight into what's happening with these three?
A swirling pool of shadow looks like a swirling pool of shadow.
It does. I mean, when you look at him, he's already holding out an arm, and on it is several little vials of, different color and shape that he's, holding out in front of one of the figures that had not got involved with the pointing match and is there kind of shopping and looking at things.
I don't think that we're going to get a straight answer here. Perhaps we should just say, hey, to the pale ones, you two.
They both kind of stop their fighting, look your direction.
Okay, so we're new here. Where is a place we should go?
You should cast off your riches. Who were you?
That is not what I fucking asked you. I said, where should we go?
You should be here. You obviously belong here.
Oh my God.
You were a lord, yes?
Yes, I am a lord.
Yes, lofty, yes. Yes, cast that off.
No.
That is the only way. You see one of them, open up a little pouch and shove a hand in there, and you just see this light pale powder, kind of coating his hand, and he kind of reaches out for you.
No, let's not do that. Don't touch me.
No, not worthy. Not worthy to touch. And kind of slaps the powder on itself and kind of steps back from you.
Oh, this is going to be a fun type of place.
It's the realm of insignificance. This is all we're going to come across.
The earth shakes again.
That hole, is that where you cast out your riches? Is this some sort of shibalba thing that we do here?
You see one of them push forward, and he goes, I'm a wretch, I'm not worthy.
Oh, I just got it, Corey. This is a realm of insignificance. Okay, I got it.
Yes. Yes.
If you cast off your riches, what do you buy the poison with?
Probably a favor.
He nods that.
Credit, then.
There are things the great poisoner needs. He is great, much greater than us. The poisoner kind of looks and like, now this one.
As we are all great, perhaps you could show us to someone else who is great, who already lives here.
Oh, there are much greater. Yes.
And
We'll go look at them. Go look at them. Oh, they're too great. Too great.
Okay. Yes, when you are finished carrying favor with the great poisoner here, you could take the great 5 of us to the other to the other great people.
Well, there's technically six of us right
yes,
now.
the 6 of us. Yes.
Well, great poisoners, strong.
Okay, let's not start with that.
Is
go
he
ahead.
taking her back to
said that-
Starville?
He said that would take a favor.
I'd rather not. I'd rather
Are
not
we-
have to give another favor to this.
But are we collectively ready to become parents? I'm young. I don't know if I can do this, everyone. I'm still a child myself.
She's what, 8? That's plenty old enough to become
you
an
ever-
adult.
Have you ever held a sword before?
Yeah.
What?
Casimir shakes her head no into your direction.
They lived in a town that had no violence and they almost never left. Come on, guys. Be smarter.
One of the pale figures is there, pointing at one of the small vials the poisoner's offering. He says, Darius, he's much more pathetic than me. He must die. That's one. And just this little vial on a chain just lands in his hand, and kind of holds it close and looks around and sort of makes his way back into one of the little domiciles.
Couldn't we? The child could go with one of these fine people.
Absolutely not. No, absolutely not, Doctor.
I'm legitimately shocked that only one of us is saying no. No.
I'm saying yes. I mean that seems like a sound idea. How old are you, gentlemen? You're what? 20? 30?
It is near impossible to tell with the odd figure that they cast. They seem to look around, trying to think what would be the best answer more than an honest answer to you. And I'm too old. Oh, no, too old.
Why are we talking about age with a elf? That is the oddest thing ever.
That's a fair point.
I walk up to the poisoner.
The crowd has started to disperse. It looks like most in this area who are attempting to get anything were either denied or granted.
Right now, poisoner, may I take your ear for a second?
But of course, he leans down and hands on under the chin.
What kind of favor would it take to get this child back to Starville to live with old Danae?
Can't just throw a favor. It's got to stew. It's got to wait. It's something you offer to me, and then when I need something.
Does Bronwyn say this loud enough for us all to hear? Or is this like to an off to the side type of thing?
I'm gonna let Brandon tell us.
That's your call.
No, that's I asked if Bronwyn said this.
How secretive are you being in this deal?
I mean, I'm trying to be quiet.
Okay, then presumably no, they did not hear.
It's hard because I'm standing right behind them with my arms crossed,
Okay.
rolling my eyes.
Does Bronwyn still have Casimir with her?
Yes. Casimir's not moved. She's still holding on to Bronwyn's hand, but she's again just sort of surveying the land in a simply that.
Little lost child that she is.
Now, like what tier favor what I owe you. I think this might be a me endeavor, not the entire group.
Yes, best not to speak for others. Who's to say? Maybe I need a friend at a dinner party. Maybe I need something else collected, like our first arrangement.
A boon is offered, a boon is taken.
I turn to Casimir, and I take both of her hands, and I say, "Oh God, can I get you to go back to Starfell, to live with old Daenerys? Have you met him?"
She seems to pause for a moment, nods her head. I
Um,
remember the old turnips.
right. I think. Do you remember what happened to your town?
You destroyed it.
Right. Well, I deeply apologize for that. Which is why.
Wait. No one proved any of this. What are you talking about? Why are you apologizing for things that could be no? There is no true connection that could ever be stated here.
Seeing Brigane has been listening in on the conversation, I switched to talking in Infernal. And I'm not going to continue talking like that because no one will understand
Please
me.
do.
Right. Truly sorry about that. I do think that the best chance for you is to live with old Dinar. So the choice is yours to make and yours alone. Would you? I can't promise that you will be able to continue on your journey with us in a pleasant way. Would you prefer to go back and live with Dinar in your true homeland?
First things first. Kira, you understand this.
Oh.
Second.
Oh.
Casimir just gives a plain, just kind of shrug of her shoulders at the offer of going back to her home.
The fuck is up with this kid?
Stress.
Look,
I mean, if you insist on sending me back to, well, not my home is most assuredly gone, and to an elderly farmer who, in all likelihood, is also probably gone. If that is what you insist to do.
I'll step in at that point. Look, clearly we can't send you off with the poisoner. That would certainly not be the responsible thing to do.
The poisoner, you see a shift of the shoulder, a little. But as it does, there's this like mist of a purple, powder.
I'm assuming the doctor is also speaking in Infernal.
No, he's actually speaking. I'm speaking in common.
Oh, okay.
Look, for the time being, it would probably be best if you stayed with us.
Or perhaps the poisoner could use an assistant?
No. Look at this guy.
What about him? He kept every single promise that he made to us, and has not asked for our organs one time.
I have not asked for your organs. Yet.
You did ask for my hair.
That's we're splitting hairs here.
You got the creep factor about you. I may have imagined you. I may have dreamed that once, but I knew it was coming.
Well, regardless, I may have a creep factor myself. Oh,
Oh no.
I think we've lost our DM. Please hold while there's some technical difficulties.
No, a place.
But also, y'all, we got to figure this out. What are we doing with this kid?
I
Look,
feel like this kid is secretly the chosen one.
Kuro's been thinking on it.
Salem has formulated options for us. So, just more or less waiting for the poisoner to go away.
Okay.
I don't know if the poisoner is going to go away necessarily.
Well, considering how often the poisoner, like how quickly the poisoner kind of travels around, either he leaves or we can like go to somewhere else.
Okay.
I'm sure there are other platforms for us to venture to. I'm not sure he's going to be so willing to take his cart across the rope bridge. There are things that, considering how Bran has worded things, that I want to try.
Okay.
I'm thinking on my sudden comprehension of Infernal here.
As far as what the plans are, I don't want to say too much, but it involves us being able to travel on our own without the help of someone else.
God, that would be lovely.
But that's what the trinkets are for. We get more of those and we can go other places.
Exactly.
Gan is sitting down and sharpening his glaive.
To sort of allude to what I'm getting at, what special do we have, aside from the child, in our possession from that particular plane?
I get what you're laying down.
Exactly.
I bought a shawl.
No.
Mm-mm.
There's
No,
the
no.
blood.
Take it out and think really hard about the farm. It could work.
Turnips.
Oh, the blood. Oh, yes, the blood could. Oh, the blood definitely would do it. But
Brigade,
Possibly.
Brigade gets a nosebleed.
Popped every blood vessel in his head.
We definitely need to figure out what this place is and what's the
Hello, 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 friends. We are back.
Well, most of us are back. The
Most
cast
of
is
us.
back.
You
So
missed us.
we are going to continue our character discussions while we wait for Brain to come back.
The poisoner is missing.
The poisoner is selling poisons.
Yes.
Busy poisoning and whatnot.
But let us
Right.
continue.
So, Doctor, you bring up a really good point. Maybe, perhaps, we don't send Casimir off with the poisoner, and maybe, I don't know. Maybe we find an orphanage somewhere. Probably not here. This is this is not my favorite place. But maybe she continues with us for a bit.
That's more reasonable.
However, I will put my foot down on this. She is our number one priority in protection.
I mean, I saved her, so okay. Yeah.
And
All right.
don't discount the resilience of the young. When I was her age, I was surviving on my own in Loskin.
When I was her age, my father threw me off a cliff.
I'm just a little worried, specifically because, you know, she's never had to deal with real world pain in
Oh
monsters.
no, we were racing. We were racing. It was a game. I wasn't very high up, but he did throw me off a cliff. It's a Goliath thing. You guys don't climb up. You don't climb mountains. Oh, okay.
Well, we climb trees and things.
It's a common Goliath game. You climb a mountain, and you have two ways to win. You have to get up. You have to come back down. My dad said, "Here, have this one. It's on me." He let me win. He threw me up the mountain. Doesn't matter how you get back down. It was like 20 feet. It was fine.
Is it called a mountain for 20 feet or just a large hill?
No, I had 20 feet left.
Oh.
And he just said, here's a good way to, and then he that's how it went.
See.
You guys are weird.
Speak for yourself, friend.
What?
All right, so this child that we have with us, what was her name?
Casimir.
Casimir. Okay. Yeah, right. So let's just make sure that she can get safely to a town, and then perhaps we can find somebody to take care of her there.
This assumes we get safely through wherever this is.
I'm starting to wonder about the clinging to life place. I'm pretty sure that wasn't going to be much better either then. Because if they're naming these places on the nose, then clinging to life is not some place I'd rather be.
Here's the thing about Insignificance, though. It is not something anyone or anything else gets to determine for us. We may be insignificant in size compared to the world, compared to Bergain,
What?
compared to a mountain, compared to the power of a god. And yet, one small thing can change an entire world for someone. One reach out to save kept Casimir alive. One act of generosity granted me an ability to heal. One small thing, one insignificant thing.
One small ingredient can change the entire concoction. So I'm fully behind with what you say. Insignificance there's a lot of wiggle room in insignificance.
It is
Okay.
not no one else. It is no one else's right to determine our significance.
Interesting thing that.
I mean, I killed
And-
most of the people who probably saw me as insignificant, so
I am pulling a black cloth from the inside of my jacket pocket, and I wrap it around my face, protect my face from like the flying dust and debris that's coming through the wind. Ugh.
As Salem does that, I also start to do that to stop myself from coughing and hacking up a lung. It doesn't
Did
help
that
very much.
translate to real life?
Significance is a interesting thing to ponder. You were mentioning how it's a subjective thing. It's also an educational tool. It teaches you perspective. Teaches you what you can accomplish, what you can't, and how to deal with both. And as I finish that thought, I uncork my water skin and drop a few more of those ball bearings, steel ball bearings, into there, recork it. Without the poisoner seeing, ideally.
I don't think that's going to be a problem right now.
I'd like to pull. I'd like to ask for a sleight of hand check in place of Bram.
You know what? Fine, I can do that. Easy. Actions. I can do an action, I think. Can I? Nope. There we go. Wait, it's a good thing these are in alphabetical order. Well, you know, a 16 plus 6, I think, does just fine.
Yeah, probably.
Heck yeah.
I'm just gonna say, he's over here selling. He's over here.
He's busy, right?
He's
busy.
the poisoner's over here selling. He's selling his wares. He's got a crowd going.
Peddling
Business
his
is-
snake oil.
Okay, what is it with you, Doctor? I got to know. What is it with you? Why do
He's
you
a-
not? How do
He's
you
a
know?
hack.
How do
He's
you
a
know?
hack who could make a poison that could have killed the Celestial.
You
Can
literally
you do that, Doctor?
If I had the ingredients, absolutely.
You checked the poison. The poison you said yourself would instantly kill.
Yeah, it's easy to kill. It's easy to kill a being. I mean, if you shut off a lot of the receptors within your blood vessels, you can make it so that it feeds back on itself in an ever-flowing loop until your heart explodes. And that's
Right.
just this.
Doctor,
I
right,
understood.
maybe we shouldn't talk about things like that around a small child.
I understood heart explode. What? Poison
Well-
can make your heart explode. That's what I got from that.
Oh yeah, I mean, poison can. I can make you. I could make you smart. I could make you.
What? Did you do? What? I am smart. What are you talking about?
I'm not saying you're not. I'm just saying I can take things about you and change them with a certain mix or a concoction. So
No. I take your meaning, but no.
So, I'm just saying, I've been doing this a long time. Unfortunately, I have lost all my setup and my equipment, so I'm kind of at a loss at the moment. I'm at the whims of the mists and these places that we find ourselves in.
But you've been making people's hearts explode for a long time?
No, I've been curing people. I'm a doctor. That's what I do.
Okay, all everything you've ever spoken about is either making a weapon better or poison. All things that are tools created to take a life. That's all I'm saying.
That's all I've had been able to do here. I mean, once I get rolling, I'll be able to.
Oh, maybe you can save a kid from a town full of undead creatures, like I did.
I actually look down and off to the side. Yes, that is something that I would be able to do. Ultimately. But I can't yet.
I wanted someone to call for an insight check from the game just now so badly. I'm gonna do it. Bring it.
You're gonna do it. You're inciting yourself?
Brad,
fine. No, you go ahead, and I'll do the insight check.
Brad, I know you can still hear. I know your stream will come back up. I got advantage on these. I'm glad I got advantage on these. That was a 7. That's a 22.
Okay.
So I'm going to ask, Doctor,
What?
with a 22, what did I discern from that little look just now? Whatever you think a 22 would deserve.
You touch on the fact that your exact statement was, can he save a town from undead? And that seemed to strike a chord with him. And when he said, he's not lying, when he says, yeah, that's something ultimately I would be able to do. But I can't because I don't have any of my things, my notes, my research.
Doctor.
Yes, what?
Take a breath. Oh. You'll be able to start again. All the research didn't start with pen and paper. It started right in there, and he taps you on your forehead. You'll get back to what you need.
Gura, are you okay?
That's relative.
Are you better from before? Because I saw you almost fall over. That is why I picked you up.
Yes, and thank you for that. I'm steady on my feet. Steady in the heart is a different matter.
Okay.
I reach out and I put my hand back on Kura's shoulder again in solidarity. I know that she's been through a really tough, not even 2 hours ago that happened.
Something like that. Maybe less than an hour, I'm not sure.
Time has no meaning in the mists.
Fair enough.
I mean, it's bright outside right now, so it's...
Well, that much is a welcome change. Until we see that it stays bright, which would be likely, I'm thinking.
Is it going to be sunny all the time? How am I going to sleep? Wait. Yeah, I can sleep in the sun, it's fine.
It seems to be one extreme or the other. It's never just normal.
Right. Well, I mean, he did say that. Well, he made it seem like there's a lot of different places that we can travel to. He said, get a trinket from a place, and then you can travel to it. So I'm wondering how many different places like this, like Starfell or Ravenloft or wherever we are. I'm wondering how many places there are.
And then how do we determine what the trinket is?
And how do we find one to get home?
It's probably going to be something that is protected, or something that someone will simply give to us for helping them.
If we get a few of these, and I can examine one of them, I might be able to start creating them, depending on if we figure out what the makeup is of these trinkets.
But if there is something to them that comes from each realm it keys to, how successful could you be without that element?
Well, he showed us two. One was a mushroom, and one was a little man hunched over, right? And they were both just, and I'll motion to Salem to hold it up. They're just little wooden trinkets. Perhaps you need to know, I mean, perhaps at its root element, you can use a special thing from the certain realms, or you could perhaps just create a avatar, a token that represents that area and have the proper magics put on it. I say magics.
To answer your question, Kura, the excess blood that was drawn from the being in the crevasse, I'm currently letting a few of my steel ball bearings sit in my flask. I'm thinking that the blood's effect on the stalagmites would be similar to the effect to it affecting those steel ball bearings. If those ball bearings are able to absorb enough of that, we could use those as trinkets to travel back to that place.
That is a smart hypothesis.
I hope you're right.
Well,
By the way, this is one of the few moments where we weren't kind of just trying to figure things out. What? I guess tell me about yourselves. I never really asked.
You're looking to get familiar. Is that
We are people stuck in the same situation. If I feel the need to put my life in your hands, or more likely you put your life in my hands, wouldn't you like to sense a feeling of camaraderie? Something that makes you feel like more likely I would probably help you. If you are strangers, why would I help them? And Brigade pauses as he looks at the child. Goes, forget the last part of what I was about to say.
Right. I mean, what would you like to know?
Have you ever been on a ship?
I mean, a small one. Have you?
Yeah, yes. A big one.
what did you do on this ship? What was your position?
This is Daryl laughing. I would have been considered a quartermaster. I worked my way there.
Well, I'm sure it's not similar, and I put my hand kind of on my staff. That's not similar to a quarterstaff now, is it?
No. I would say
In charge of the quarterstaffs.
I was second in command to the captain. Captain, quartermaster, bosun, from there on. I was also the navigator.
So
I'm
you're
very
good
good
with
with
maps then?
Yes. And then Brigade, I pull out a map that I was drawing of where we had been in the in the realm. And it's just like incredibly detailed. It's not crude at all.
That is amazing.
Quite a calligraphic talent you have there, Brigade.
It comes to me.
We all have our hobbies, I'm sure.
I need a lot of things to calm me.
That doesn't surprise me one bit.
What? What have you heard?
Oh, nothing. Nothing at all.
It takes a bit of skill to do that. Cartography. You trained with a skilled artisan with it, or did you pick this up yourself?
It came naturally. Partially, and my mother made sure I had a hobby, aside from fighting.
A smart woman, your mother.
There, she is the lawkeeper.
Well, in terms of hobbies, I'm sure you all are familiar with mine, at least by now. And seeing as how we're not going anywhere, I pull my deck of cards out and start just shuffling it. Just like in the most convoluted ways, not just the regular, just kind of dicing, but flipping them over, pulling half the deck out, spining them together, all of that. This is just how I think. Much of my hobby with playing cards and dealing with hustling shops is very much a reason I'm able to read people as well as I do. It also allowed me to hunt better, so to speak. Regain, well, he ain't wrong. Learning more about each other can't help. The packs that I hunted with, we grew up together. We knew what each other were thinking. Don't require no magic for that. The more intimate our knowledge of each other, the better we are in a fight.
Exactly. Admittedly, I have not been with a group in about 4 years. Or rather, I haven't been on that ship in about 4 years.
So it's been a while for you, has it?
I've been alone, yes. I've been, as Salem would put it, hunting.
All right. Is that what you were doing before you got here? I mean, not here, but the last place.
Yes, I found the last of my prey.
And what is it that you hunt?
The people who killed my crew.
Hearing that, my jaw kind of just drops a little bit. And I look around just kind of a little nervously.
I told you I was in the middle of killing someone the first time we met.
Did.
But you didn't do the deed.
The
Close the deal.
The mist took me mid-swing. But I am not upset about it. I'll find him again. Just like I found all the others.
How about yourself, Bronwyn? Where's about you come from?
And you can just see I'm fidgeting and cracking my knuckles. And just generally uncomfortable. I kind of look up, say, right, you wouldn't have heard of it. It's just a small little tiefling town, just right off the coast.
A whole society of just tieflings.
Right.
Interesting. Most of where I come from is very integrated society. Not much of any one type of person or another.
The same here.
Just it was just a small town.
Fair enough. And when you were taken, what was going on with you?
And I taking a big gulp, and right, my town, it was being destroyed. It was a werewolf. It just came through and took them. Everyone was gone.
Lycanthrope.
On that day, I vowed to rid the realm of that awful curse, so no one else would have to live with that.
It was specifically the wolf form that it took?
Right.
Okay. I served with someone who had a form of it, but did not take the form of a wolf. It was a bear, actually. A werebear. He was aware that he was a bear.
I don't react.
Not the time brigade.
What?
It's fine.
Somebody else. Right. Somebody else go, Doctor.
It's noon, I think.
It is noon.
You said it. You said the time.
Oh yes, yeah. Me? What was I doing?
Yes, you were the only one of us who appeared with absolutely nothing and seemingly on the brink. Care to enlighten us?
I start rubbing that scar on my hand really hard. I was having an altercation with some folk that they didn't agree with my methods, and so we were having a spat.
Your methods are something that people often disagree with?
No, not originally. No, I was a doctor of a small town, village, hamlet, really. And I've had to, cure all sorts of things. I found something finally I couldn't cure, and I had thrown myself into it wholeheartedly. And now I find myself starting over again.
I know the feeling. Know that very well.
Brunland, I nod along.
I don't strike an imposing figure, but I would like to make the one responsible for my current plight to know that their time is short. But anyways, but that's neither here nor there. It's more of a wishful thinking.
A vendetta, Doctor. I didn't think you were the type.
Yes, I'm not usually. I'm a very simple man who just wants to help people.
Speaking of which, Doc, We've all given our names. You've only introduced yourself as the doctor. Surely that's not your only name.
No, it's my title. Well earned. I went to university for many years to study and learn about the fine art of alchemy. The headmasters even said I was gifted in certain ways. So it's been a real run of learning, and I highly recommend it. If you're ever given a chance to attend university or increase your education, I highly recommend it.
Doctor, you are smart as a whip. You are picking up very well on misdirection in conversation. You didn't think I wouldn't notice you didn't answer my question?
It was merely casual.
It's all right, Doctor. I won't push.
I will. But not right now.
Cora,
Yes.
you seem to have taken a lot to heart and where we just were. And I'm not too terribly religious myself. Come across plenty of clerical folk, but what exactly was going on with you back there? Was there any? What kind of connection was that?
I discovered my connection to being able to heal comes from the goddess Lune. I think you've probably heard me talk about her before, but what happened back there, encountering in the flesh a being from the realms of the deities is not common. And while I felt strongly that it needed not to suffer any longer, I knew that helping it not to required it to suffer more for a short time. And the church, learning compassion is when you learn to understand the root of it, it is a hard thing. Letting that creature not suffer, but causing the deaths of the townsfolk. You trying to understand which is right, which is the better course.
Of course.
That is what I was wrestling with.
Did you get a sense for what deity that Celestial worked for?
No, but beings of that sort come from the good aligned realms, Mount Celestia, Elysium, those sorts of places. So the realms close to where my goddess dwells.
Question.
I was good. Oh, go ahead if you were going for it. Go ahead.
A question about your about Selune, or as you call her. What are her dealings with? Let's see. with the what is it? What is it? Tenants, domains of death.
Yes. Well, honestly, she isn't one of those who takes a direct hand in it. Her worshippers will end up in her realm. But, she isn't... She doesn't oversee the space between life and death, the transition from one to the other. She is simply where she is and takes in those of her faithful.
Okay.
She controls the moon, does she not?
She is a manifestation of the moon.
And as such, she controls the tide.
That is part of her domain, yes.
I had a few aboard my ship that would pray to her on occasion.
I remember you saying something about that.
Yes.
Pardon for the further intrusion into your learnings, but for someone as devout as yourself, I've only ever seen people quite like yourself gathering at the larger temples, usually closer to a populace. Is that where you studied? You studied near a large town, or?
It was in Luskin, which is a city quite far in the north of where I am from. It was a very large city. It was where I went from the streets.
You were up on the streets.
Yes.
Well, I can't say that I was without family, but we didn't exactly have a singular household. Most of my family was overrun into the streets per se, so at any given night, I could be asleep in the alley or find myself up on a rooftop. So,
That sounds quite familiar to me.
it's not always the most easy sleep, and I do get that.
Honestly, I liked sleeping on the rooftops. I could see the moon best from there.
Did cut above the din of the streets below.
Yes.
Gura, do you know any other languages besides Common?
I know the Elven tongue. And just a bit ago, Bronlin, when you were speaking in the Devil's tongue, I could suddenly understand it. I am not certain why, but, and I hold up my arm. Maybe it has something to do with this. I don't know.
As you say the devil's tongue, my eyes kind of squint together and I purse my lips, raise an eyebrow. Not super thrilled that you call it that, but
I didn't mean to offend.
Infernal? Is that what you're talking about?
Yes.
Oh, okay.
And you couldn't speak it before.
No, I'm not certain if I can speak it now, but I can certainly understand it all of a sudden.
I lean in and like. I guess
How close do you lean in?
Just like.
Uncomfortably so?
No,
like,
no.
Are you like getting close to like whisper to them?
No. Just I lean
Okay.
in just from where my position is, not like within her bubble.
If I
feel
have a bubble, I am capable of defending my bubble. Just so you know.
I just kind of like,
I feel like anytime the doctor leans forward in like intrigue, that's just an uncomfortable thing for anyone else. It's just,
Brigade leans a little bit closer to Kura, like actually leans in slightly, and then switches to Elvish. And his accent slightly changes. I would recommend that you not tell Bronlin that Selune is also one that is said to bless the lycanthropes.
A bit
Just my
surprised at
recommendation.
hearing it come from Brigane, but I say probably wise.
Just my
I
recommendation.
concur in Elvish.
Well, that doesn't surprise me.
It doesn't surprise me either.
the elf speaking Elvish? No.
Right?
I'd never have thought of such a thing at all.
Where
Okay.
is it you come from? Where is it you come from that you'd pick up Elvish like that? And your accent is not too bad.
My captain taught it to me.
Interesting.
Yes. And, because I said it in our Discord, now's a good time to take a break.
Now's a perfect
Battle.
time to take a break. So, friends, y'all have character questions that y'all want us to answer. So please type those into the chat. We're going to be back in 5 to 10 minutes and we're going to answer your questions. But also, don't forget to put exclamation point. Oof, I forgot the command. Exclamation point epic into the chat to be entered in to win an epic character generator from Overhead Games. We are gonna BRB.
Oh, don't forget our other.
Welcome back.
Welcome back.
Hello.
How
We
y'all
got
doing?
Brad back.
We've got him.
We
Back
got
from
the
the mist.
A voice
Yeah.
from beyond.
I mean, what is a DM if not every voice from beyond now?
Exactly.
Fair.
We will get right back into it, but we do have still a couple mid-show announcements to go to.
As
Daryl?
well as a question to answer for Brigade, so I'm excited about that. Let me do this Patreon announcement. me. The Games Tavern Patreon is a great way to support the show and get useful perks and awesome content. The latest updates include early access to interviews from the Games Tavern, happy hour, miniature paint plans from the Minis Paint Show, and battle maps and plug-in encounters in your games. Just go to patreon.com/thegamestavern, all one word, and get your hands on this amazing content. Some recognition of our regular Patreon supporters: Veritas23, Rose, Math Productions, that's MADTH Productions, not MATH, Michael B. and Christopher D. Thank you for all your patronage and support. Noah, please type Patreon in the chat. Do it, Noah.
We also want to give a quick shout out to Graham Crackers. That's Graham Crackers with a Z on the end, because they gave us a raid. Thank you so much. We truly appreciate your support. And we do want to give y'all a quick reminder to type in !epic into the chat right now, because we have an amazing giveaway going on for an epic character generator from Overhead Games.
And I
Yeah.
do believe we had one question come through for Brigade. So
Yes,
Daryl?
we did. If Brigade was going to go on vacation, here's a fun fact about Brigade. He comes from a tropical-ish island, so it wouldn't be that. He would more than likely probably go to Waterdeep or someplace like that and gamble. Something he hasn't done. He's not a huge gambler. He's over the years become pretty frugal with his money when it
Gambling,
comes
you
to
say?
just giving it away. But he'd probably do that.
clearly, you need a good wingman for such a excursion.
I mean, sometimes you need someone to be there and count cards with you. I'm not going.
Counting cards, I would never.
So
He would-
Brigade wants to go to Dread Realm Vegas.
I mean, if that's what you need to go to get a bunch of gold and platinum and silver and maybe some copper.
You all are
Perhaps.
going to be very excited for something in your future.
Oh, good lord.
I will go ahead and drop that now.
Spoilers.
Spoilers.
Tantalizing.
But anyway,
Right.
now that we have the voice of the Lords back with us,
Wait, the Lord Kyle K has been here the whole time.
the Lords of the Dread Realms.
Gonna
The
take
gang's
over one
all
of these.
here.
Yes.
So as you've become remarkably open with one another in this time, on a glance, you will notice that the poisoner has been, shoulder tilted over and just giving a listen. You can tell that the head tilt, that he's been very fascinated to hear this sharing amongst the party.
I'm sorry, I don't remember inviting you, sir. You were supposed to be way over there.
I am invited everywhere. Everybody loves me.
I mean, the man has a point. There's a crowd every time. People knows.
Yeah,
I
certainly
can't
is.
help it that my services are so in demand.
If you're
Right. I don't think that we require your services for Kesmir anymore.
Is that right?
Right.
Going to take the little one with you.
Right. I just, I don't think that I want to be indebted to you. Real quick. Well, the dinner party did sound like quite an adventure.
It
I
would
just-
have been delightful.
Maybe on the next time. Thanks.
Why do I get
He gives a rather respectful nod and a wave of his hand.
Of course.
why do I get the feeling that we're still going to end up at this dinner party? That's just me. I feel like we're still going to end up there. It's going to be, I feel like it's going to be worse if we're not with the poisoner. But okay. Okay.
Why not? He loves us, doesn't he? I mean, it's a mutual agreement between amicable folk.
And that is the best kind of love.
Say we're not going to need you right now. How do we find you again if we have to have need of you?
Probably just find a place where people want to poison each other.
And I will never go hungry a day in my life.
Fortunately, true.
Yes.
He gives an almost solemn nod your direction, like it is an unfortunate fact.
So the other platform, so like we're on the one that has the bunch of like small huts. That rope bridge that goes across to that other platform. Can we see anything discernible about what's going on over there? Is there more activity? Is there what looks like is going on in that direction?
Nothing that you can immediately spot. It does seem to be just a much larger domicile.
Oh, it's
on
like
there,
all
but,
one big one, or
Yeah, it's one big one over there.
seems like someone important might be there.
I'm going to say that we've been kind of just standing around or sitting around this entire time. And Begane reaches his hand out to pick up Casimir to put on his shoulders.
She climbs right on.
Puts her on our shoulders and goes, "So, let's walk." It immediately just starts going the one path that he sees. Because he has grown very bored.
Salem is making his way over to the other as well.
Seeing that my lungs have finally acclimated to this new realm, and I can breathe without like hacking up a lung, I make my way that way as well.
All right. As you make your way to this bridge, there is that other. It's now becoming to the sense where you're getting the timing of these sudden quakes and the shaking of the landscape around you. The bridge sways back and forth a bit as you approach. Yes.
Does this remind me of when we were heading down to where this is Daryl saying this, where the Deva was impelled? Does it seem like breaths being taken?
No.
Okay.
It doesn't have that same labored, breath as that long draw and out and in. This is like a sudden heavy rumble that just shakes you to the core.
Okay.
And then proceeds.
As I go across the bridge, I kind of look back at the poisoner and I kind of point at my eyes and point at him.
You hear from the distance, would you stop that?
He gives a wide welcoming hand wave, like come back soon, favorite patron kind of wave.
All right.
That you're my favorite customer sort of wave.
Brent, just to
I'm Commander
reiterate.
Shepard, and this is my favorite shop on the Citadel.
I was going towards the room. I was thinking.
But I wasn't sure if you caught this while you're dealing with things, but I had taken a few of my steel ball bearings and put them into the flask, still filled with blood.
Okay.
That's all that I wanted to touch on, just to catch you up if you had missed that.
Excellent. No, thank you.
So now that we're across, well, most of us, I guess. I'm not sure if Kura's Kura and Bronlin are coming all the way across as well, or if they're staying over with the poisoner.
Oh, I
Bringing up
am
the rear.
right behind Brigane. I am making sure that nothing happens to this small child.
Whoa.
Brigane, it's not fucking funny. Gotta fucking watch
no.
at night.
Oh no, we're going to fall out the bridge.
And then after I
It is-
realize that I've
yeah.
cursed in front of an 8-year-old, I go, earmuffs, earmuffs.
It is actually the most reaction you've got from Casimir thus far. That every time there's that tilt towards the edge, you suddenly see that smile curl on the lips and those, just white teeth, just bared and clutching and looking over the edge. There's definitely that look of excitement in her eyes.
Oh yeah,
But-
we're gonna mess this kid up.
Oh, she's having a good time. She's over here laughing and having the best time ever.
Right, let's just make sure that she continues having this good time alive.
Does it look like I'm not going to be able to catch her?
And I kind of squint my eyes and look over the edge and then look back at Brigane.
Among us, do you think that you would survive the fall, or could I survive the fall and carry her with me and she'd be completely fine?
Right. Between all of us, I don't think any of us would survive the fall, mate.
Wishful thinking. Just go.
You bound further toward the bridge, and where the bridge stops seems to lead directly to this domicile. Sort of it looks like a tent flap, keeping you from the entering.
Brigade doesn't give shit to about a temple. He just walks right in.
As you graze your hand against the flatbush away, it feels weird against your skin. Despite it having a leathery look, it just sort of feels kind of flaky as it runs against the back of your hand. You just feel this almost kind of thick dander.
This feels like skin.
Well, it is leather. Leather is
No,
skin.
I feel like you know what I mean when I say this feels like skin.
Yeah, but I like giving you a hard time. And I
What?
just walk right past him.
What? I don't. What?
As you enter the building, it's dimly lit, but you can see candles and small fires lighting up the area. As the light of the outside shines through, you see a good collection of those pale figures in there, sort of sitting in small circles around fires and just sort of lurched over and talking in whispers to each other. More so when the light of the outside hits, you see the glimmer of gold in multiple places in this room.
Gold, you say?
Oh. Good, you say.
So, could I inspect these a little bit closer? What these glimmers are actually?
Sure enough, as you approach, there does appear to be gold just lying about in these rooms, or in this area.
Like gold coins or like items made of gold?
Both. Not as much as what you would expect, like a lovely treasure hoard, so much as these items just kind of scattered about, like just like discarded almost, but throughout the room.
Does this appear to be a bar?
Not really. It looks somewhat of a large community home, if you had to guess.
Oh, we just walked into like a hostel.
I suppose that would be a reasonable. Yeah.
I almost said a brothel. No.
Oh my!
Hey,
Yeah.
you haven't walked in far enough yet, so you don't know.
Woohoo!
I'm gonna look around. Do I see any like gems on the floor?
Give me a roll. Let's see.
Perception or
Yep.
investigation?
Give me a perception.
Alrighty. 8.
You do spot a ring on the ground. There is an extra little glint in your search, and you spot a ring, and it does have a small gemstone faceted inside.
I'm gonna walk over there. Is there anybody sitting near it?
There's people not too far from. No one's directly on top of it, like staring at it.
I'm gonna point at something else, some other gold trinket or something. Right, is these things here? Have you cast these things off?
The
One
ones closest to you, kind of stop their conversation, look up at you. You want it?
Perhaps is it there for the taking?
Of course, take it away. I don't deserve it.
Oh, right. Yes, I'm here to collect up all this so we can restart the gathering of the undeserved trinkets, things that will only weigh you down. And I'll start like scooping stuff into a bag.
You see, one of them is digging his hand into the earth before and just trying to clutch out dust and coins and just trying to put it closer to you.
Yes. To alleviate yourself of all that weigh you down.
He looks a very pleased expression on his face. And so, these were once mine, but they're not anymore. They're not. I don't have these. I'm not worthy of these.
And you feel lighter for this as I'm scooping it all. Do you feel more free, released? What?
There's a fairly ecstatic look on his face as he is just trying to kicking with his heels, trying to shove more dirt and if there might be any treasure in these kicks your direction.
Yes. Let me help you with that. And you over here. Let me scoop this in here. And
so as you're collecting, of the various coins, there's a lot of different nations printing and mints that you're spotting here. These have not come from one particular area. These seem to be from a multitude of places you may have heard of and some that you definitely have not heard of.
Interesting. Yes. Let me help you. So I'll just go around and scoop up as much as I can.
While this is happening, Brigade takes the child off of his shoulders and then hands her to Kura, who I'm assuming is near Brigade somewhere.
Yes,
within his orbit.
Brigade's big, everyone's near Brigade.
Yeah, that's
She extends her arms out as if to be carried.
So
right.
8.
I can carry.
There are 8. They're way too big for that.
Presumably, yes, but here we are.
But also, next to me. Yeah.
And
then Brigade.
tall. She can sit on my shoulders.
And Brigade
There's a bit of a scramble. It's not as easy a ride, but
No.
Regain, having already kind of started this line of questioning before, simply goes, where are those that are worthy? Besides us, where could we find those equally as worthy as us?
are you as unworthy as us?
We are not unworthy. We are looking for those that are worthy.
Oh, kind of looks almost disgusted at the word. Oh, no. I'm certainly not worthy.
I know you are not worthy, but you speak to me like you are.
He then kind of drops, just almost in a grovel before you.
Didn't answer my question.
Regain,
Yes,
if I might,
yes.
I think trying an opposite would be good. And I look at the one groveling and I say, who's the most unworthy?
You suddenly start a chain reaction of all of those within earshot who are proudly proclaiming how unworthy they are.
I am Spartacus.
It starts to get fairly loud around you. There's just almost, just this rolling wave of it now, just sort of filling the building.
I in Infernal, loud enough for both the doctor and Kara to hear. I say, right, maybe we ask them who is the most unworthy. Or you've already asked that. Sorry. New place, new beginnings, having a brain fight. Anyway, maybe we all kind of split out and ask them, and maybe we tell them to ask them, can you take us to those that are worthy, and we split up to tackle, because all of them seem to think that they are unworthy.
Yes, but if we mention worthiness, they recoil from it.
Why is everyone growling at each other?
Perhaps we should ask them are they unworthy of in Infernal?
That might make it louder.
Salem, are you hearing everyone
At this
growling
point,
at each other?
Just standing next to each other, watching them, just like arms crossed. Yes. Oh, yes, absolutely.
Bronlin, one of them is trying to put a chalice in your hands. It's beautiful. It's handcrafted. It appears to be gold. There does seem to be some stones inlaid in there. It looks magnificent. It looks like it's covered in this dust and worn away, but it still looks magnificent.
I let them put it in my hands.
He suddenly the figure looks to all the others, and all of them just seem to focus on him. And he just
Oh,
he says, truly, I have nothing, and now I may go. And you see him make his way out towards another exit of this tent.
I run after.
All right. Is anyone else following?
I'm watching, but Bronlin, perhaps this is their thing. Are you going to stop him from achieving what he's looking for?
hey, when you all think you're unworthy, do you just kind of jump off the bridge? Is that a thing that happens?
God.
Shakes his head no.
Do you go to a place? Or do you just kind of go home and go to sleep and try to think of new ways to be unworthy?
The most wretched will try. The most wretched will try. And the other one is still making his way towards the exit.
If you are all unworthy, you don't have a leader. But who do you try to prove? Who is the one that you try to prove your unworthiness to?
I think we're about to find out.
All the ones in
Oh,
here.
God. All the brigade has a fucking aneurysm of thinking.
All the ones within earshot point up. They all point the direction away from the ledge.
When you say up, do you mean north or literally up in the sky?
Literally up.
Shit.
So,
Can anyone
If that's-
fly?
if that's what's up, then what's down?
The ground.
Is it?
That hole.
I ain't asking y'all.
Well, right.
Hey, did we just? This is Daryl asking.
Yes.
The first two we saw, did they come from the hole, or did they come from where we're at now?
They came from the smaller houses on that ledge.
Okay.
Let's observe what this gentleman's going to do.
Yes. Okay.
That Brownland so kindly put them on their path.
Okay, first of all, I would have sass for you, but I am running after him right now.
As you are chasing him, he is in the excited stumbling efforts to disrobe the rags that he had on.
Oh.
You know that run where you're trying to disrobe and not break pace? That's the one.
Yep.
Every day after work, I get you.
When I get home, pants come off.
My t-shirts are way too tight for that, so
Stop going to Baby Gap then.
this is a two.
Wow.
This is a 2X.
Anyway,
So, Bronlin, you got a choice to make. You could probably catch him at this point if you want to.
How naked is he?
We're gonna say mostly.
Okay, I'm reaching out for his hand like a baton pass off. I'm reaching
it's
for
gonna-
his
oh, it's gonna be a-
hand.
It's gonna be a baton pass off, all right.
I am reaching for his hand.
A hand, yes.
All right, give me an athletics roll. We're gonna take this like a grapple.
I both want you to succeed, but I'm also concerned for this person.
I rolled a 4.
Four.
Shit.
Love that.
As you get a hold of his wrist, that powder coating him just seems to draw away your hand. It just kind of slides off. And he makes his way outside.
I'm gonna continue following him.
All right.
Ugh.
As you do, go ahead.
I was just gonna say, does Bronlin still have the chalice, or did you drop that?
You know, I didn't.
Good.
The entire time, just like a drunk person at the. Wait, what?
You see him start to scale up the edge of this cliff area. He just keeps uttering, "I am the most wretched. I have nothing. I have nothing," and begins climbing.
I go out and stand next to Bronlin. Right. Well, that was a thing. I look up and see where he's climbing.
on looking ahead, you really can't. There's no like strong landmark that you could spot.
You there,
as far as you can tell, he's just kind of climbing up.
You sort of semi-wretched person. Where's he going?
Yeah,
Just
the wretched one next to you puts that thin hand on your shoulder and says nothing but continues to stare.
I slowly
points.
push it off.
but points up at the climbing wretched one.
I shout out as loudly as possible. You are worthy. Stop. To try to catch him, to get him back down.
Oh, don't put that label on him.
You just made him the happiest person, and now you're just gonna bring him back down with all that worthiness?
Look, we giveth and we yoinketh away.
Yoinketh away.
I mean, he was naked.
Mostly naked.
Mostly. Well, by this point, we're gonna say he made it full Monty.
Yes.
I'm outside with Casimir.
I was gonna say, who all is outside? Who all is outside witnessing?
I feel like everyone except for Salem.
Yeah.
Everyone
I
outside.
stayed by the door.
No, fair enough. Everyone outside. It's suddenly shadow cast as the sun seems to disappear from view. You hear a loud bellowing that shakes you. It's not the same as the ones before. It's just this deep, shakes you from the inside sound.
The hells was that?
The wretched one climbing seems to have slowed his pace at this. And the sun is completely out of view.
So, I'm at that. If you're looking at the map, where I wanted to position myself the whole time was kind of like at that ledge. Is that actually open towards the pit?
I can't see the map, but okay, I'm gonna say you're at least enough in a view to be able to see.
Okay. So the shadow that is overhead, or sorry, I'm sorry, I didn't mean to assume, but if I were to look overhead, what this potential thing that has caused the sunlight to go away, does it look like an appendage?
Yeah, I think that's a pretty safe assumption.
Yeah, cool.
As you continue to watch, it suddenly comes clear as it moves close enough for the sun to pierce through just enough, and you see what looks to be a finger the size of a great sailing ship, a galleon, just drag this haggard nail across and just peel away at where the wretched one was climbing.
As I see now, this, the chalice drops from my hand.
Well, and I'll reach out and like touch one of these wretched folk and rub between my fingers the flaky, white, slimy kind of feel. Yes, I'm gonna say this is dermis. Exfoliated dermis. And I'll flick my fingers clean, wipe them on my pants.
And
What was your first clue?
since Cora said they were poking their heads outside, Brigade is very much still inside and has not seen any of this.
No, all you heard was the sound of the rumble, and I'm gonna say this sudden digging, scraping sound, and then nothing.
Okay.
What the hell is that?
That was a finger, my good man.
I'm not outside with you.
No,
Are
I
you
know.
inside?
No, I was outside. I turn around and walk back in.
Wow.
That was a finger. We're on a beam.
What?
You are no longer the largest person here, Brigade.
Let's collect up all this shit. Get out of here.
Oh, this is not the first time.
And go where, Doctor?
Wait, hold on, wait. You said we're on it?
Yes.
Yes.
Brigade,
What? Yes.
you're familiar with ticks and lies, right?
Unfortunately, yes.
Right now, we're the ticks. We're the lies.
Shit.
Doctor goes back and picks up the chalice and puts it in the bag of other stuff.
All right.
The bag of stuff.
The bag
And
of
then-
stuff.
And then Brigade once again goes, "Oh, Cora, insignificant. Yeah, I get it now."
Mm-hmm. Great.
Okay.
It appears being worthy didn't work out for our friend.
No, he wanted to be unworthy.
Being unworthy.
Yeah, I want to
apologies.
be worthy. No one's taking my shit from me.
If being unworthy means you ascend as he did, what does being worthy mean? Does it mean we descend? And I'm phrasing that as a general question
Mhm.
to like
Yeah.
the others around us too, like the other
Yeah,
figures.
there's no shortage of these wretched ones around you lot. They're all just sort of doing as little as possible.
Brigade
Let me
begins
say,
Sorry. Brigade's
I'm
eyes
gonna say
starts
that-
twitching.
Good. Good.
His eyes starts twitching as he. Yes, we should go underground, perhaps, because if he went up, right? He went up and then up. So we have to go. We have to go low.
You want to burrow? You want to be a burrowing tick?
There's no need for name calling here.
I'm calling it like it is.
I'm just saying, in the realm of fighting, you want to do the opposite of what your opponent is doing. And if the opponent wants things to go high so they can take it away, you want to go low so they cannot take you away.
I reckon he does make a pretty good point.
I know about fighting. I know about fighting. And making maps. And sailing a ship. And tattoos.
How did you all get here to the wretched?
We earned it.
Through what? What did you do to earn it? Who brought you here?
Another one next to you stands up. For a second, you see it straighten its back and kind of stand tall. I was a great lord of Danarth. Long I reigned, and now I am nothing. It kind of lowers into that, hunching back down.
But Lord, how did you come here? Who brought you? Mists.
The mist.
Did you try to escape?
At first, when I didn't know better.
Don't you have a family to go back to, or?
No bloodline. No, certainly not. No. Seems nervous at the prospect of having that sort of a...
See, I think you do still have a bloodline, and I think you're very worthy. I mean, what more could you want than to be able to be more worthy, to pass on your genes to another and procreate? And there's a lineage there. That's something. I mean, you have a history. You have much. Even though you're poor of stuff, you have much to give still. You're very worthy.
He keeps shaking his head. No, and just looks aghast by this.
What do you all think?
You see it. You see the other wretched ones starting to come around, starting to point.
Yes,
at the Lord.
Yes, you're worthy. What? Come on, everybody, tell him he's worthy. How worthy is this gentleman?
Brigand comes out of his train of thought of things that he knows about. And hears that last portion and goes, and then looks at the doctor and leans into chorus like, is the doctor being a dick again?
After a fashion.
Okay, that seems par for
But
yes, par for Nicholas.
I think I see what he's trying to do, though.
So, other wretches, what do we do with the worthy folk? This man is worthy. He's worthy. What should we do with him?
They sort of mumble around each other. He's not pitiful. He's not pitiful.
Because he's not naked.
He's just being humble. Humble is a worthy trait as well.
The one who referred to himself as a lord is now sort of just digging his hands into the ground beneath him, just trying to coat himself on this with this powder.
Oh, the powder won't help you. That just makes you more humble. Humble's a very worthy trait. Come on, what does this man do? What do we do with this man with humble or with worthiness?
Yeah. Grips your leg. He says, You're right. The powder is not enough. No. Into the boil. Yes. That's where. Into the boil.
Yes, into the boil. Show us how worthy of you are of the boil.
This is going to be an actual boil, isn't it?
Ugh.
You see the wretched lord pushing past the others and making his way outside towards the front of this camp.
I casually follow.
And there are, you'll notice chains hanging down and ropes that would allow one. And at this point, you get a much better glimpse into the hole that you spotted earlier. And it does appear to be festering, irritated flesh.
It's a blackhead core.
You see it off coloring to it, but these chains seem to lead almost directly into it.
Jesus Christ!
So I watch him. I observe.
With little hesitation, he sort of just starts, clutching chain and just climbing his way down into this pit.
Those who are worthy must descend.
What do they say? I lean over to one of the other wretched. What do they say is down there in the boil? Does anybody come back from that?
He nods. Oh, they come back. They come back. They come back as they should be.
Like what you are now, white and pasty.
No. No, the boil grants so much more than the.
Example. Have you been in there?
Yeah, kind of looks around, a bit shifty, and gives like the head lowers very shamefully.
It's okay. You can tell me about your experience. It'll make you less worthy.
Brigaine's been picking up gold and gems and all that type of stuff this entire time.
Every time you reach for something, there's a powdery white hand trying to add another coin or stone into your hands.
That is, I'm okay with this. We'll figure out how much after we end the stream tonight, but that's what Brigaine's doing.
So tell me your story.
Quite the treasure you have amassed. The wretch looks up at you. It's a story. It's a story not worth telling.
Oh, but it would make you so unworthy if you told me. It would show me how unworthy you are.
How far I've fallen?
Yes. It proves to me just how unworthy you are.
I was a Duke Moonhill. Surely you must have known the name.
Oh, yes.
Yes. Are you not impressed with how little I have now? He's starting to clutch at you.
You are a squalor of a man. Just kind of brushing him off. But tell me, what the boil? When you went into the boil, what happened down there to make you this way?
The boil does not make you this way. The boil is a cleanse.
Brigaine leads into Kura and Bronwyn, who I'm assuming we're all just kind of in some weird cuddle.
Are we still in shock from the finger peeling some guy away from a cliff?
Brigaine saw none of this.
I'll say for Bronwyn and Kira.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, I'm back inside, and I'm just trying to keep hands away from Casimir, just swatting at them left and right.
Casimir's up on my shoulders, so
yes,
it's all right.
I'm just going to say this now. We all know we're going to have to go down there, right? I kind of figured this out a while ago, but I tried to hide that I'm the brains of the group from everyone, but we are definitely going to have to go down this hole. And we are going to have to fight some untoward eldritch beast. Eldritch is my word of the day. That's a good one.
That's a good one.
Thank you. But also we have the child. So I'm going to assume the child is going to stay with me.
Well, if it comes to us having to go down there, it's a good question.
I could carry at least 2 more of you and climb down comfortably. The doctor is very small. Gora, you can just hop on. You don't even need to ask. Brodlin, you're tiny. Salem, you're on your own.
It might be worth leaving Casimir with the poisoner for this.
Okay. That makes sense.
I would say that these people don't seem to want to take anything. They only seem to want to give. Leaving her here under the shelter of this larger domicile.
I'd rather her be with the poisoner. At least he saw potential in the child, as did I.
You really think these people are concerned with our dealings? They seem only concerned with themselves.
Well, I mean, no one was ready to make a deal with the poisoner earlier, though. But now we would owe him a deal.
We very much saw the poisoner give poison to someone who wanted to kill someone because they believed they were less worthy than they. Who is to say that because this child is younger, that they think because she is younger, she deserves less, and they would try to take her life as well?
That is quite the fit of logic gymnastics. But in terms of who to leave her with, I do agree with Bronlund. I'm not so ready to write a blank check to the poisoner.
Fair point.
I feel like I have to say this as Daryl. That's me being silly, not Brigade actually having an aneurysm every time he has a smart. He's not having an aneurysm every time he has a smart decision. That's more or less me messing with the rest of the crew here.
It's probably good that you pointed that.
Yeah. Yes. I don't want that to be canon. He's not that dumb. It's an intelligence of 9.
So, Kura, you seem to care the most. Well, you and Bronlund seem to care the most for this child. Only pointing out what things I've observed. I leave the final decision to you two.
Kura, might you have some sort of protection spell that you could put on her?
You say this as you're constantly on defense, as these wretched ones are still trying to slip coins up to the little tiefling girl.
I don't have anything that could protect her, no. Well, I do, but it wouldn't last very long.
Perhaps we go and see how long the poisoner plans to be here.
I could just point this out for a moment. I've recently, before we've been going to sleep each night, and before I've been going to sleep each night, I've been trying to master the runes you're seeing tattooed on me, and through my study, I can make myself bigger. Would that help if I made myself bigger and then nothing could get to her?
Is a possibility.
Like right now, I'm stuck at about making myself 3 feet bigger and wider.
I'll wash my hands of this decision. You all, good luck. And I actually go over to where the doctor's standing. Doctor, you just went down there, right?
Yeah, I'm just standing there watching.
Perfect.
The person crawling down.
I start going down too.
I actually asked the child, do you want to stay with us or would you prefer to stay with the poisoner? Though he may ask something of you. At least with us, you'll have a good time. And then looks at Kura very sheepishly as he realized that he said that out loud.
Well, at least somebody's having fun.
I mean, not having a good time, but we could all protect you collectively, whereas that is one person. And you said you saw a big finger?
Yes.
Yeah, the finger of death would not be outside we would be inside, so you'd be protected from a gigantic finger. Not a good time. Not a good time, right?
Not a good time.
Not a good time. You would not have fun. But you would be protected. Yes.
I look at Casimir
You seem very
and
perplexed by this offer.
I tell her in Infernal, right, the choice is yours.
Yes. Rah, 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 rah. Did I say it correctly? Brunlin, did I say it right?
I laugh and shake my head.
Shit.
We'll work on pronunciations next week, mate. But right now,
Okay, I speak 3 languages. I speak 3 different languages. Come on now, give me
mate,
a
that
minute.
wasn't a dig.
Okay. I wasn't. Okay. Rah, 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 rah.
Mate, next week.
Casimir again is just looking over to Bronlin with a perplexed look. You know, this is all a lot to lay on an 8-year-old to make this kind of decision.
Oh, now the 8-year-old's an 8-year-old. They've been so nonplussed this entire time.
How long does she just kind of look at us without answering?
Pretty continuously, actually.
Okay. After like 10 seconds of nothing being said, I clap my hands together. And I just kind of rub my knuckles. Right, this is what we're gonna do. Orgain takes the lead, and he makes himself bigger. And we make a triangle around her as we walk, and Casimir is in the middle. Casimir, you don't move unless we move. If we tell you to run, you run. If we tell you to hide, you hide. I think I would feel best if she was with us. Does that sound good to you, Kira?
I think it's the only way to keep track of everyone we have responsibility of. But with Orgain getting bigger, she's going to stay on him.
I'm not going to get bigger. I'm not going to get bigger immediately, but like when it's necessary to protect her.
Yes.
I feel like I'm like of average size to everyone here. You guys are very small, but I can become bigger.
So perhaps maybe we make a diamond then around him.
Well, what I'm saying is if we're going down, that's
said
not the way it's going to work.
They said as Brigade is picking up a diamond from someone.
Well, yes, you're right. I mean, when we're actually back on flat ground, I mean, maybe this is just me making an ass out of you and me, but eventually we have to be on solid ground, right?
You mean off of whatever we're on?
Hey, whenever you're done back there, you should come and check this out. Salem has taken it upon himself to increase this experiment by going on by himself, and I'm fascinated to see if he makes it. The other ones there is at the lip of the hole that leads in. It must be some sort of porous blackhead exfoliated pore that's been stretched out and infected.
You definitely do see the sheen of a mucous membrane as this figure just at one point suddenly just drops from the chain, just kind of submerges into and then disappears in the dark.
Oh, that's gotta be vile. Salem, take notes.
Okay, I'm getting bored
Just setting
now,
down,
so-
just like there's a thumbs up, just heads up over his head.
just a.
Salem, give me an athletics check real quick.
Oh my God, if he falls off, doctor's going to be like, oh dear.
The only thing I have a negative in.
Oh
no.
no. Jinx.
A 10? I'm not sure what that gives me.
Hey, that's what I rolled to save the kid. Total.
You were not prepared completely for the slickness of the chain.
Lovely.
You do a sudden slide of about an extra 7 feet, but you maintain. Yeah, there's just enough to get that skip in the heart, but you hold on.
Apparently a thumbs up was the catalyst for having him go down faster.
Oh.
But we have
Okay.
discovered one thing. The chain does appear to be a little might slippery. So
Does anyone want to catch a ride with me beside the child?
oh, we're going in there.
Why are we going in there?
Because the finger, I felt like down was the. Didn't we already have this conversation?
Well, yes, but at the same time, we didn't determine a purpose for why we're doing what we're doing. Down would make sense, but going into this hole, if this works like a body normally works, either there's going to be a stop to it, in which case, what's the point? Or it's going to keep going and we end up inside whatever this is. And then what?
We could climb back up. I will kill you.
I'm not worried about that part, Brigane. I'm worried about what it is we're trying to do here exactly.
Well, didn't one of them say that they get changed down there?
Yes.
Did.
Perhaps we could find a thing that could change them, and perhaps if the thing is changed them is also the totem of the other places we could go. It could.
Another trinket.
Yes.
I
yes.
follow. Yes.
Yes.
If we all are going to go, I can't possibly get any dirtier, and I'm still covered in blood.
We should probably get to going. We should take this outside. I mean, if Salem's already been going down, I'd hate for him to be too far ahead.
Yeah, it's already been a while. I watched him leave. We all watched him leave. Yes.
I will pass Casimir over to Brigane.
Okay. Anybody else catching a ride? And anyone else want a peanut?
I should probably catch a ride with you, Brigane, if you wouldn't mind.
Okay, don't take anything off of me.
I don't, although I will reach into my bag, the bag of goodies that we've collected up, and pick out a gem and just pocket it. And then I'll put the sack like in a corner off to the side to grab on our way back out.
Okay.
I ask the nearest one to me, right, will you bag this up so by the time we get back, there's at least 3 more bags that look like this, filled to the brim with all of the unworthy gems and gold. It's disgusting. We need to disperse of it.
There's about the 3 of them closest to you start, scrambling to look for loot to fill and get away from them.
Brigade, before going down, says, actually, you could just place everything on this and takes his shirt off and puts it there. It's a very it's gigantic. It's just full blown, just pants. Just says, okay, we can go now.
And whoever fills it with the most trinkets and gold and things is the most unworthy.
Sure, but keep it in the same place as the rest of these bags that you see. And then you could be the unworthy and you could climb to the top. And then you can prove it that you are the most unworthy.
You're not sure how much they heard, in the sense that once you offered to take this, it was just a mad scramble to fish out these items where they could find them and start placing them, or more so throwing them onto the shirt and towards this area.
And Brigade also mentions, also, if you damage the shirt in any type of way, that actually proves that you are worthy. So take care of the shirt.
The one who last, dumped a little bit of treasure on there, not worthy of the shirt, and kind of runs off.
It was custom made. It's custom made. Come on, man. I'm gigantic.
That's true. All right.
Salem,
Yes.
you are about 10 feet above this, just what looks to be a wall of just green, almost lumpy slime.
Cool. Love that.
Not just not thin. There's some chunks and hard bits
tasty.
in there. Yeah.
So I know it's hovering kind of over the membrane of this boil. Can I see the edges of where the boil is?
Yeah, you're definitely near an edge. It's a fairly large opening.
Okay. So what I want to do then is I want to start swinging the chain back and forth towards that edge so that I can just jump off and land on the side, like near an edge of the membrane.
Give me that acrobatics.
That I'm better at. Wildly. Not gonna matter too much because that's a 9.
Oh god. He dies.
Super dead. Jumping off a chain. It's gonna kill me.
As you begin to sway over it, again, your grip starts to loosen on this chain. It seems that whatever the substance is been carried up the chain as well as people going down. So you are unable to get a good step off. You're now clinging tight to this chain. You haven't fallen in. I'm gonna say you even could tap it with a toe at this point. You're just above the substance.
Okay. Instead of tapping it with like a toe, what I'd
That was
like
just
to
a
do.
distance reference. You don't have to poke the bear.
Right. No. I wasn't saying like, because I mean honestly at that point I probably would use something to like touch the membrane. But I wasn't going to use a toe. I was thinking of using the rapier attached to my side.
Lance that boil.
Yeah.
Pretty much.
You take a hand off the chain there?
I'm not actually actively climbing anymore. So
all right.
I have one hand there, unsheath, and just want to draw a line underneath me through that membrane.
Ew. So gross.
It takes more effort than you were initially expecting to get that initial pierce through.
Mm-hmm.
And it takes, actually give me one more athletics check on this, because you're doing this while holding onto a chain. That's a tricky maneuver.
Well, okay, so I guess the point of this wasn't necessarily to make the opening, it's to test like
The viscosity of it.
Oh, you're just poking it with the stick.
I was immediately I was
Okay.
immediately imagining a boomer from Left 4 Dead 2. That's all I was thinking.
So like the idea is that if not putting too much pressure on it is going to actually cause gunk to come out, then if I slowly lower myself on top of this, I could just walk across the membrane.
On that piercing, it seems a little too soft for
Walking.
you to step down.
And you saw the other guy go into the membrane, right?
Yeah, he just
touched
Yeah.
it.
Insane.
Thank you.
Mm. Okay. Yep. Okay. Jump off. I've lived in a swamp. I've been into shit. It's
You
fine.
nasty.
Into the thick of it.
All
Also,
right. Doc.
Okay,
Go ahead.
Yes.
Go ahead, Doc.
Doc, you're here to witness this. That you see Salem with this jab, towards there, and you suddenly just see him go, just release the chain, just disappear.
Ugh. All right, well, off he goes. I guess we're gonna follow. Yeah.
Salem, it is
Uh-huh.
uncomfortably warm as you go through this substance.
Yeah, that's just another Tuesday in the marshes. You go outside for less than 5 minutes while out there on any given summer, you're immediately drenched in sweat. It's not a comfortable place to live. You're fine. So this is I'm good. I'm fine.
It's not a steep in, but you push through this ooze, and you just sort of kind of roll to just a halt. Everyone else, how are you taking this?
Surprisingly well.
Nice.
No, I'm holding on to Brigade. Oh god, here we go.
I am
What is it?
having serious second thoughts.
The one thing I'm going to say is that when Brigade takes his shirt off, you see the rest of the tattoos that were covered. On his back, there's a very detailed picture of a ship in the midst of a storm that goes up it takes up the entire back. On his side, there is if any of you have ever seen a giant alligator, that's what he has tattooed. And also on his stomach, there is a wolf's head that appears to be eating a giant snail shell that is shaped like a skull. And also just scars of a big, what looks like an alligator maw, took him and did him for a death roll. It looks like that. And also going across here are shark teeth.
Hoo-ha.
And then just says, okay, is everyone holding on tightly?
Yes.
Okay. And just full-blown reverse Fezzik from Princess Brides it down.
Rock me that athletics.
Who amongst you is worthy? Let's go with you. No!
Wait, don't you have your inspiration?
Did I get inspiration?
You got it from a while back. It was a bit donation.
I'll use it.
Right?
Use it.
Am I
Maybe, I don't know. We'll see.
Yeah.
I'm gonna allow it.
All right, because no.
Did you roll a nat 1?
Yep.
Woof.
Oh my God. Exact opposite.
Oh, good.
Nat 20. Let me move that over. It was my metal die, and of course I got to give you the cam for it.
You need to give big thanks to whoever did that shout out.
Oh my God.
That bit.
Oh my
that's
God.
Saved us all from
You need to take
plummeting.
this moment.
Me, the doc, and the kid. El Finito.
It's nice and soft down here and warm. It would have been fine.
I'm at the
What are you all
top.
complaining about?
All of
Yeah?
your stuff was mid-climb. Mine was
Yeah?
I'm going over the banister and I'm a 9 foot 600 pound.
And you would have landed in something soft, and you would have been fine. It's all
Yeah,
fluffy.
that's something soft would be Salem.
It's basically me. It's literally me, but times 2 and 3 more feet.
with a strange elegance that can only be obtained from running a ship rigging for years, you make your way down this chain.
Every finger's a hook, mate. Every finger's a hook.
Are you just going straight through?
I go down until I see Salem.
You can't see Salem through this wall.
I have to
climb. Yeah.
Oh, I have to pierce through it too.
We gotta just go in. I'd say. He just went in.
I keep going until something obstructs me, and then if I have to make a swing with something, or if someone hanging from me can make a swing with something.
I think you just let go of the chain and we go the rest of the way through gravity.
Okay. All right.
It's not too late to turn back.
If I shit. If anywhere on the membrane I see like a slice or something that seems weaker than where I'm coming down to, I'll try to make my way to that or start doing like a swing, but I will try to get to that as best I can.
There does seem to be a bit of an opening where Salem went through, but it already seems to be much smaller than his form at this time. Like it's already sort of
back up.
I make my way over to that portion. I'll monkey bar my way to it, and also thank you for the raid, TTRPG Academy. And I'll pull one of my. No, I'm big enough. I'll just drop.
Just come on in.
I'll slide. When I say drop,
join.
I mean like I let my hand. I let it get loose, and I kind of do the fireman pull. I try to fireman pull my way down with just my physical size and the inertia.
The very moment before you hit this mucus wall, you hear Casimir whisper on the side of your head, I want to stay with the poisoner, and then that plunge into the...
Oh,
it's legitimately oh
God.
and the three of you have entered.
Mistakes were made.
I go after Brigane.
Athletics.
It's I call baloney on these dice, but it's a 2.
No.
Hey, it's better than a 1.
Well, you say that.
I do say that because a 1 is better. I mean, a 2 is better.
You do indeed go after Brigane, much quicker than you had anticipated, but you're suddenly plunged into this warm, viscous ooze.
They accidentally do a leap of faith from Assassin's Creed by accident. No, just.
And I believe Kura.
Bring it home.
First
The mucus is fine.
I'm just
You
watching
don't hear
this
this.
trying.
You don't hear this, but there's a slight bubble.
Just watching this, trying not to be sick, and then since everybody goes, I'm just like, gods. And I pull my cloak off, shove it into my pack. So I'm down.
I don't think it'll matter.
I think it will. And I'm down to just the armor and the axes, and I cast guidance on myself and start climbing down. Let's see here.
If I see Bronwyn falling by the time I get to the bottom, I will put down everyone. I would say I'll put down people by that point and attempt to catch them. I'm assuming a little bit of time has passed.
It'd be a little tricky to see them because there is, this now ceiling over you.
Is it darkness above me and also the ceiling?
Well, it's light out there, but it's just kind of hard to judge. You got kind of a funhouse mirror effect going.
Okay, I got you. I just kind of
they make through. They
I do my best just to. If they just fall flat on me, I'll take it just to break it.
I am definitely going with that one.
Okay.
It's a hard slide into a.
I got a 13 on my athletics.
A 13? You're able to. I don't know if it's fortunate, but you're able to make every step or every grip down. So you are slowly lowering yourself to it.
It's almost worse.
Yeah.
And since everyone else has just disappeared, once I run out of chain, I will drop.
All right. There is that slight resistance as you impact through this slime, as it just sort of coats over you and you kind of just roll through.
If I see any inkling of Kura falling, Bronwyn immediately gets the get off me and makes her way over to cushion it.
I'm good. It's fine.
If it seems like there's any type of danger there.
The party now once reunited, coated.
I said if.
Coated in this slime. You can now take this opportunity to look forward and see this extended cavern of soft tissue underneath your feet. And there in the distance, you are quite certain what is the cause of this slime. And that's where we're going to end tonight.
Yeah, now I'll try to go to sleep.
That's a good place. That's a good place.
Oh, well, that was a special kind of awful.
Yeah.
You haven't seen the things that I've seen in other games.
Oh,
I've seen a lot. I have not seen the inside of a colossal being's boil.
And yet somehow we were destined to get here.
Yeah.
Hey, just so I'm clear for Brigade's purposes, Kura was cool coming back down. She wasn't falling, right?
Oh, yeah.
Okay, then I didn't throw Bronwyn off of me.
You seem so relieved about that, Jess.
Until Kura sets down and probably does the turnaround and sees Bronwyn just like laying on top of me, then it's just like, get the fuck off me. Like, why you get no? You're safe now. Do we have any announcements?
Yes, let's.
You will have to announce for me. I am flying blind.
All right.
Currently trying to figure out.
Well, let's do some thanks. We got rated again by TTRPG Academy. Thank you. We appreciate you. Make sure everybody come in. Just click the follow. We appreciate that. If nothing
Hit that
else,
follow button, baby.
We'll really appreciate that. And then don't forget to subscribe to the Games Tavern YouTube channel right now. Subscribing is free, and you don't miss any of the action and access to additional content. So if you're just coming in with this raid and you're like, why are these adventurers climbing into a colossal being's pustulous boil? You can go and watch that episode, the rest of this episode, and see how the hell did we get here? How did we get here? Type exclamation YouTube in the chat to find out. Your likes and positive comments on the videos helps other adventurers find out about the show.
And before we wrap this out, we do have a few people who did enter for winning the Epic Character Generator.
Yes.
So, tech folk, who we got?
Do we know?
Maybe our tech folk. Oh, LOL.
Let's run that again.
Look at that.
Oh no!
No, that is not correct. Okay,
ignore the first one.
The first one. Graham Crackers, thank you so much for entering. Congratulations. Our tech folk will reach out to you to get the information to send you over that awesome prize.
Huzzah!
Yes, and for those who are curious what the awesome prize was, go visit overheadgames.com. Check out the character generator, because that's what Graham Crackers gets.
Yes.
That's really cool.
And now it's time for us to sign off. And I did promise a little cute cat story about my cat's name from when she was on our stream. I am Jess. You can find me on all the major social medias. That's Twitter, Twitch, and Instagram at Just the Human. That's JESTHEHUMAN. All of which you will see my cat, Princess Hot Dog, very often. Her name is inspired by Adventure Time. She was Princess when we got her at the shelter. My name is inspired by Adventure Time, and my partner's is also inspired by Adventure Time. So it made sense for us to add the hot dog. And I'm going to popcorn it over to Kyle.
Hi, I'm Kyle. Tonight, I was your resident rogue, Salem Clan. And you can find me on Twitter at Lord Kyle K. Popcorn to Laura.
All right, I am Laura. I play Kura, the cleric, and you can find me on Twitter at Laura Perard. That's my name all squished together. I am also on Twitch under that name, and you can find me on Instagram at Laura_Perard. And popcorn to Matt.
I'm Matt Fillman. I played or am playing the Doctor. And you can find me on all social medias and Twitch at Matt Fellman, spelled below here on the little thing, but it's not there at the moment. But normally you can see it there. Okay. And just find me there and follow me there. And I popcorn it to Daryl.
Hello, you caught me while I was typing my stuff in the chat. Hi, I'm Daryl Dorsey. You can find me on Instagram and Twitter at Mr_Daryl Dorsey, DARRYLDORSEY. You can also find me on Twitch on Daryl Sucks at Gaming, DARRYLSUX at Gaming. And a lot of the times I am streaming in some way, shape, or form alongside Just the Human. Because at some point, I don't know how, Jess became my hetero life mate amongst the streaming. Amongst the streaming, most D&D things you can find us doing together, or we have someone in common when we're doing it. We play a lot of Dead by Daylight together. We were playing earlier today, so much so that I lost track of time and did not start my own personal stream and just came straight to this. But I will be putting my personal stuff in the chat if you want to give me a follow. I'm trying to get to that affiliate status, baby. And was that everyone? I think that's everyone. I think I was last.
Wait. Did y'all
Bran.
just
Oh,
see
Bran. Oh my
Noah
God,
petting the
Bran.
cat?
Bran,
I saw that.
Bran, the disembodied
Bran.
voice that was once a person
Hi.
at some point.
Hi, I'm Bran, your disembodied voice. Oftentimes you can see me as the DM. If you do want to see me, you can look up a voice of Bran. Oh wow, now it makes sense. Now I get it.
We
You
get
can
it.
find me on Twitter, Voice of Bran. I am hopefully gonna get things fixed over here, and next time you can see me making goofy faces and when I do voices. So yeah. Thank you everyone for joining us. Thank you for the raids. It means the world. We have a blast, and we cannot wait for next week.
Yeah,
We'll find out what's in the boil.
That kid's gonna die finally, so we can stop worrying about it.
Oh my God.
Oh yeah,
Here's the boil.
you got
We
to carry
established
that
it was the damn golden child. Come on, that child's
I told
freaking
y'all to
immortal.
leave her there. You
All
don't
right.
wanna-
I
Anyways,
acquiesce to
friends.
one person in this group.
Oh, and thanks to our tech crew.
Yes,
Noah.
Noah.
He
You are
He makes
MVP
sure all the
tonight,
things
by the
run,
way.
and we appreciate him.
Absolutely.
Hearts.
Thank you, friends, for sticking through it with the tech goblins. We're so excited to see y'all back next week, 7 p.m. right here, 7 p.m. Pacific Standard Time. I don't know what it is for all y'all other people, East
10
Coast,
o'clock.
It's
10
10
Mountain
p.m. for me.
Time,
It's 10
Central
p.m. for me.
Time. Woof. Anyways, we'll see you back here next week on the Games Tavern for the Mist RPG. See you later, folks.
See ya. Take us out of here.
Night.
Take